Right, so this is the work that I've left you during your cover lesson, period 5, on Tuesday the 3rd of December. Now all of this that I'm just about to talk you through is available if you prefer to look at a book from the Studio One books, which are at the back of my classroom, and you'll find these exercises on pages 44 and 45. But to access it online, here's what I'd like you to do. So, Mon Collège, just go in there and press enter. If I just hide this by clicking there, makes it a little bit bigger, and then I need to open up to a single page view by hitting on this little button that I'm showing you here with the hand, and you'll see that it gets bigger. I go to my contents list page, this little tab down here, bring it up where it says Module 2 Mon Collège. We open this just by clicking on it, go down and open up Studio Grammaire, and then it will open up like this, and it says Studio Grammaire at the top, and I've also got next to me, which you can't see, page 44 open, and it's identical. So first thing I need you to do here are the exercises which are about asking questions. Now first of all, we read this little bit here. Now of course you can make notes about this if you like. You don't have to if you don't want. If you've got your notebook with you, then you can click on this button here where it says PPT. That should open a PowerPoint up for you. If you wanted to save that into a French file, then that might be quite a useful thing to do in helping to keep notes on that kind of thing. You then need to work your way through exercise 2. Now I say exercise 2 because this one here says say the statements as questions by making your voice go up at the end. Then says then write them out as questions. So how do we do that? All I would need to do when I write it out is tu aimes la technologie with a question mark, and I write down with a question mark. But you don't need to do the speaking activity if you don't want to. Exercise 2, choose the correct option to complete each question, then copy out the question and answer. So first thing we're going to try to do here is we're going to look at this and we're going to try to figure out which one we need. So we either need est-ce que or qu'est-ce que with each one. Now this relates to this little bit here where it says, another way of asking a yes or no question is to put est-ce que, like I told you last week. By putting est-ce que before a statement, you still need to make your voice go up at the end. So for example, est-ce qu'elle aime les maths? Does she like maths? Don't confuse est-ce que with qu'est-ce que, because qu'est-ce que tu manges means what are you eating, which isn't a yes or no question, is it? If you say qu'est-ce que tu manges, then you would need to say something like je mange un hamburger, I'm eating a hamburger. Whereas if I say est-ce que tu manges un dessert, are you eating a dessert, I could just say oui, je mange un dessert, yes, I'm eating a dessert. So that's the question you need to ask yourself. So number 2 says, choose the correct option. Number 1, est-ce que or qu'est-ce que tu manges de la glace? Tu manges de la glace. If you use your dictionary to find out what this means, you are eating some ice cream. Well, that's just going to be, are you eating some ice cream? Not what are you eating some ice cream, it's going to be, are you eating? So, est-ce que tu manges de la glace? What I need you to do there is copy that out into your book and then copy the answer here that's given in the book. Once you've finished that, you then need to read through this little box here where it says using en. There are 2 words in French for oui, en and nous. The most commonly used one is en. And the reason why it's the most commonly used is because it's the most easy to form and the easier of the 2 to say. So here, for example, if I want to say I am chatting, I would say je bavarde, tu bavardes is you chat, and then il bavarde, elle bavarde, and on bavarde, he chats, she chats, and we chat. Whereas if I was to use the nous part of that verb, it would be nous bavardons, which is a little bit more tricky to say. So the French tend to use en. So first thing you need to do is just look at these regular ER verbs, regular IR verbs, and irregular verbs, which are down here. We then flip over the page where I've got this little button here, and we look at the top, and it says exercise 3, choose the correct form of the verb and copy out the text. Then translate the text into English. What you need to do here, je m'appelle Louise et mon amie s'appelle Anna. En, and then there's a or a. Where I'm going to get the answers for all of these from is by clicking back a page, going down to the bottom, looking back at my table, And you noticed that we had, let's have a look at it again, we had, is it en a, as, or a? Let's have a quick look, go back, drop down, and then hopefully you'll see here that it says on a, tu as, j'ai. These are the first three persons of the verb avoir, and it's en, so the correct word is a there. That's what you need to do with exercise 3. But you copy the whole thing out into your books and choose the correct verb. Then you have to translate the text into English. Should you finish that, you then need to move on to exercise 4, where it says copy and complete the sentences with the en form of the verb. Then translate the sentences into English. The example's been done for you, so you've got a gap here, en something au tennis, and it's en joue au tennis. So we're trying to get from this part of the verb, which is called the infinitive, into this part of the verb, which is the conjugated verb. So instead of saying to play, it's we play tennis. Okay, so on joue au tennis. All you need to do again is to look at the rules that you saw on the earlier page. So make a mental note of this one, number 2, travailler. It's an ER verb. So if I just take you back, let's move back down to the bottom of this page again. Regular ER verbs, what did we do? Look at this one here, on bavarde. We took this word here, bavarder. We took the ER off and we added an E back onto it. I know that sounds a little bit odd, but that's the way that we do it in French. So we took the ER off and add an E back on. Move back onto our exercise over here, and we've got travailler. So the word that needs to go in here is, take the word travailler, take the ER off and add an E. So the word that will be spelt out will be T-R-A-V-A-I-L-L-E, travail. On travaille au collège. We work in school. Okay? Now, the chances are that that will be about as far as you get during this lesson. For those of you who need a little bit more of a challenge, if you move down, you've got some activities here, which are to do with something called the partitive article. Now, the partitive article is the way that we say in English, some. It's as simple as that. It sounds a lot more difficult than it really is. Now, the essential part of this is that we need to know the gender of the word that we're looking at. So here we've got, for example, le poulet, chicken. It's a masculine word. La glace, ice cream, feminine word. L'eau is a word that starts with a vowel. And les frites are chips, and they're plural because they've got an S. So it would be les frites, l'eau, la glace, le poulet. When we want to say some chicken would be du poulet. Some ice cream, de la glace. Some water, de l'eau. And some chips, des frites. What we need to do here for exercise 5, choose the correct option and copy out the sentences. It says number 1, aujourd'hui, je mange du, de la, de à l'apostrophe, or des steak haché. What do we need to know here? We need to know the gender of this word here, steak haché. So if I open up another tab here, and I go into my word reference, and it's the French word steak, which looks just like the English word steak. So choose my language, go from French to English, type in the word steak like so, and you see that it comes up there. Click into it, press return, and it tells me here that steak is steak or beef steak, and it's a noun, and it's a masculine noun. See, it says NM, N for noun, M for masculine, so we know it's masculine. We know it's singular because there's only one of them, otherwise it would have an S. We know it doesn't start with a vowel because a vowel is A-E-I-O-U. We know it doesn't start with an H, so it's a masculine singular noun. Go back into my exercise here, if I can find it. Go back into my exercise here. It's going to be this one here, du. Aujourd'hui, je mange du steak haché. And finally, we then need to try to translate the sentences into French. Some of you will get as far as this, so please do feel free to take on the challenge. Translate the sentences into French. You can adapt the sentences in exercise 5 to help you. Today I'm eating strawberry ice cream. Here, look, aujourd'hui, je mange. Today, I'm eating strawberry ice cream. Whereabouts is strawberry ice cream? How do we say that? Here, we've got glace, la glace, de la glace. Aujourd'hui, je mange de la glace. Here we've got au citron, which is something which tasted of lemon. So it's au citron, that would be lemon, but we need strawberry, so that would be à la fraise, à la fraise. Quite tricky. Give this one a go, okay? And that's your task for today.